Patrick Mahomes will still surpass Tom Brady as the greatest NFL quarterback of all time.
The Super Bowl halftime show was straight garbage, but we're going to tell the NFL how to fix it.
Cooper DeJean is the next Jackie Robinson, and he might even be better here at Locked On Chiefs.
Patrick Mahomes will still surpass Tom Brady as the greatest NFL quarterback of all time. Yeah, I said it. Now, Mahomes and the Chiefs' offense was horrible last night. To be honest, I don't know who had it worse, Mahomes or Drake. Yes, in garbage time, Mahomes padded his numbers, but it was an all-time abysmal performance for an elite quarterback in a Super Bowl. Now, many in sports media are going to bury him and the Chiefs today, and it started early on social media last night with 247 Sports reporter Justin Thinn saying, the Patrick Mahomes Linsanity run is over. But how quickly we forget. How other GOATs lost in the biggest moments, only to bounce back even better. Tom Brady lost 2 Super Bowls to inferior Giants teams and 3 overall. Kobe Bryant lost 2 NBA Finals, including a shocker to the Detroit Pistons in 2004, but he came back even stronger. Now, Mahomes won't be 30 until this September, and that gives him probably a decade left to get the 4 Super Bowls he needs to at least tie Brady. And the Chiefs are going to continue to put pieces around him to make them better. Are we also so soon to forget, after losing to Tom Brady's Bucs, that the Chiefs won a Super Bowl within the next 2 seasons? The elite of the elite use epic losses to stage epic comebacks. And now the Chiefs won't be looked at as the big bad dynasty anymore. They can go back to having a chip on their shoulder. And if there's one thing America hates, it's dynastical runs or the teams that win all the time. It's one of the reasons people hated the Bulls and the Patriots and why the Big Three for the Heat was a scourge to society in the eyes of some. But what America loves, what America needs, is a great comeback story or someone falling from grace only to return and be victorious. That is what America is really in the middle of right now. A resurgence back to greatness after what seemed like a descent into mediocrity. It's what motivates athletes, political parties, and populations. The Chiefs' comeback is coming, mark my words. And Mahomes isn't a fraud. He will catch Brady, and this type of loss will be the fuel he uses to do it. So hate on him now. Let him take his lumps, because this guy's built different, and adversity reveals character, just like all of us here in the good old USA.
Spin job.
No.
Spin job.
No.
I'm now dumber.
No.
For having to listen to that.
Listen, and you can say, again, say it, hate on him, throw vegetables at him, right? Let's make fun of his crazy wife or his weird-ass brother. But David, Tom Brady was 3-2 in his first 5 Super Bowls, right? I mean, Tom Brady lost 2 Super Bowls in a row to the Giants in 2008 and 2012.
Set me up.
And Tom Brady, with the rules as they are now, played till he was, 40? So Patrick's still got 10 seasons at least left, I think. I mean, he's not a guy that gets injured a lot. Do you think there's a chance he can catch Tom Brady?
First off, when I was growing up, if someone called you the GOAT of a game, it wasn't a good thing. It meant you lost the game for your team. So with that definition, Patrick Mahomes was 100% the GOAT of the Super Bowl yesterday. It was already going to be very difficult for Patrick Mahomes to catch Tom Brady. There's a difference between winning 3 Super Bowls and getting to 7 or 8 Super Bowls, and the one you lost was against Tom Brady. That was already going to be tough. But now it's even tougher. You lost a second Super Bowl to Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni, and you were the reason you lost. It's not just about losing. Like, he played poorly. They didn't even force Saquon Barkley to have to go off in this game. When you talk about Tom Brady's losses, he lost 3 Super Bowls by a combined 15 points. Patrick Mahomes has now lost 2 Super Bowls by 40 points.
Well, look, we got to talk about the offensive line, though. If you watch that game, I mean, yes, some of it was on Patrick. He held the ball too long. But, I mean, Blaine, the offensive line was absolutely horrible. I mean, look at that face. Look at that face right there.
That's a real-life
You know what that face tells me? Somebody block! Please! They can't run the ball. Travis Kelce's too worried about what he's going to say on his podcast and hanging out in Turks and Caicos with Taylor Swift and the rest of the Illuminati. Somebody give this man some help.
I'm worried about. You can talk about Patrick Mahomes all you want, but has anybody checked in on Travis Kelce's safety? Look at that face. Zero catches. How the hell are you going to get back? That's what Nick Adams said. Pull that tweet up. How are you going to put fuel in the jet? How are you going to do it? It's not going to happen. I don't even know how at this point. If you really look at it, there's only one person in the Mahomes family that knows how to get it done. All right? And that's Patrick Mahomes' father. You want to talk about a three-peat?
Yeah.
You want to talk about a three-peat?
What'd he do?
3 DUIs. The total, pull it up. Let me see. 3 DUIs,
That's
2008, 2018, 2024. He knows how to get it done.
That's not right.
What did he say?
He knows how to get it done, fellas.
I hate people who just go off on Patrick Mahomes for no reason or just because he's great and they say he's overrated. I can't stand that. Today is a reason, though, to say that he played poorly. My thing is, why can't he just, if he plays his whole career and he ends up being the greatest of all time, we look at it and we say that he is. But short of that, why can't he just be an all-time great Hall of Famer without us always having to say, no, this guy we're watching right this second is the greatest of all time?
Because he's the only one who's put himself in the position to possibly catch him. Right? That's what we were talking about with Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, right? Kobe goes to the Lakers, puts himself in a position. Nobody else is going to come close to Tom Brady. I don't think anybody is. This is the only guy that can do it. But when you look at that game last night, I have never seen a team be so physically outmatched in a Super Bowl. I think Patrick Mahomes could have played decently well. Right? And look, the numbers at the end did kind of make it look better than what it was. It was awful for 3 quarters. We sat down and watched it during the live stream. But up front, on the line of scrimmage, the Chiefs couldn't run the ball. The Eagles, it's not like they ran the ball with a ton of success, but they were getting what they needed, right? And then Jalen Hurts played a hell of a game, but he had guys running wide open. I mean, A.J. Brown in single coverage was just absolutely cooking everybody. You know, despite that first awful call on the first drive for the Eagles, which I don't think was offensive pass interference. But I mean, at the end of the day, Patrick is still in a position. They're going to kill him. They're going to kill him today. It's just like, right now I feel like Patrick Mahomes is Heath Ledger from The Dark Knight. You remember the scene?
You want to know how I got these scars?
Oh, this is just another scar?
Yeah, it's a scar. Scars
This one hurts.
make us what we are. He will use this. Bobby Boucher, what did he call it?
Tackling fuel.
Tackling fuel.
Tackling fuel.
Tackling fuel. This is tackling fuel for the Chiefs. Worst game they've played in what? At least the last 5 seasons, I would say. I'm trying to remember before that if they played a worse game. A bad night all around, but Patrick Mahomes is not out of the race.
I'm not fucking leaving.
You can go ahead and bury him, and I'll be sitting right here, buddy. Right here when it happens.
The show goes on.
Somehow Tom Brady's behind this. I don't know how, but there's a way. I mean, just look at him. He's up to something. Those eyes, there's not a lot in those eyes.
I think Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Nick Foles. Do we agree?
Yes.
So did Tom Brady lose to a worse quarterback than what Patrick
They
Mahomes
didn't lose that game because it was Tom Brady's fault. I still think Patrick Mahomes played very poorly last night.
He did play
You can talk
poorly,
about the
man.
offensive line. Or, you know, we can give credit where it's due and say, well, what really beat Patrick Mahomes was the Eagles' draft strategy. Because this concept of going and getting the best Georgia and Alabama players in your front 7 that you possibly can is going to be replicated across the entire NFL. And I don't know if there's a team in the NFC. We need to see if the Lions can replace both coordinators effectively.
How has nobody thought of this before, though? Like, we act like this is, like, the smartest thing that ever happened. Like the Eagles, Jonah Hilled him in Moneyball.
I'm Peter Brand.
Like, they just got a bunch of okay guys that did good. What a better idea than to say, you know what? Who are the 2 most dominant teams in college football? Let's just go get those guys. Well, whether or not you're a Chiefs fan that's down or you're an Eagles fan that's up right now, even though your city's destroyed, you want to make sure that you're in the best shape possible. We're trying to live as long as humanly possible. And just like a good football team, you need a scouting report to know what you're up against to be more efficient. And that's where our friends at Lumen come in handy. Because do you know when your metabolism is working properly, you'll feel the benefits in every aspect of your life. And what is Lumen, David? Well, it's pretty simple. You breathe into your Lumen first thing in the morning, and you learn if your body is burning mostly fats or carbs. The companion app then provides you with a personalized nutrition plan for the day based on your measurements. It is your scouting report to make sure your metabolism is operating at its highest so you can get in the best shape possible and improve your mental health. Lumen tracks your ability to stay healthy and take the next step to improving that health. Go to lumen.me/booster. That's lumen.me/booster to get 20% off your Lumen. Once again, lumen.me/booster for 20% off your purchase. And thank you, Lumen, for sponsoring this episode and giving us a scouting report to improve our health.
The Chiefs got humiliated in the Super Bowl, and yet the biggest losers were those of us who sat through the halftime show. Rapper Kendrick Lamar was the performer, and that's as generous as I can possibly be, because to say musical artist would be disrespectful to the concepts of music and to art. And before you go saying, David, this is rap, you just don't get it.
David, this is rap. You just don't get it.
You don't get it.
Thank you. And I'll have you know I was so obsessed with hip-hop at one point, they made a shirt at Michigan that said the notorious C-O-N-E.
I thought they called you Vanilla
There's
Ice.
proof of that. But this show got so bad, I put out a poll asking what was worse, the halftime show or the Chiefs' offense. 59% of you voters picked the show. And keep in mind, this was at a time when Kansas City had 23 total yards.
The tribe has spoken.
I guess I wasn't the only one. KDM says, the Super Bowl halftime did something I thought was impossible. It made the first half of the football game look entertaining. Look, if you want to argue that Lamar is talented and a thought-provoking lyricist, then have at it. I mean, you've got a heck of a case to make considering not a single word of that performance was understandable. But his artistry is beside the point. This isn't a local community arts center or a rap battle shelter. This is the Super Bowl. You'll never be able to convince me that he was the best choice the NFL could make for the most watched event in America. Even if the league insisted on a hip-hop artist, there are a dozen better rap choices with broader appeal just at the game itself. Lil Wayne, first off. During the show, the NFL posted, quote, "They not like us." Yeah, that was the issue. Yeah.
Sound just like him.
That was the issue. This isn't just me saying this. Here's one of Kendrick Lamar's own fans. I'm a casual Kendrick Lamar fan since his To Pimp a Butterfly days. His show sucked, period. First off, an album called To Pimp a Butterfly should have been warning sign number 1.
I thought that was the sequel to How to Train Your Dragon.
That's a whole different thing going on. But warning signs 2, 3, 10, and 20 should have been when he dressed up as Jesus with thorns on his head and blood on his shirt to promote abortion. I realize it's in vogue to mock Christianity these days, but can we raise the standard just a little bit when we're talking about the Super Bowl?
Boy, that escalated quickly.
And of course, the topic of race was broached. How could it not be? A black artist sang the Black National Anthem, which is still hard to believe that's a term used to describe a song. A black artist sang the National Anthem, which seems a bit much if we've already played a black version. And a black person sang the Asian National Anthem. No, I'm kidding. They don't get one.
You went wrong.
Then Samuel L. Jackson dressed up as Uncle Sam to intro Lamar, who made it very clear point not to involve any Caucasians in the show. I mean, I was starting to worry those unfortunate whites who paid $20,000 a ticket wouldn't get any entertainment representation. But then the boy Cooper DeJean scored on a pick 6, boys. Balanced things out. Honestly, I would have been more entertained if Sam Jackson just took up the mic and recited his speech from Pulp Fiction. I really would have. Now, I have 3 solutions to improve the halftime show that I'm going to discuss with my boys, but I want to make this final point. I've heard for years that musicians get paid no money for Super Bowl halftime performances, and we certainly got what we paid for.
That's the truth.
All right, boys, I got 3 solutions, okay, to
Better
fix
be good.
the Super Bowl halftime performance.
I already don't like them.
1, just let Chris Stapleton do it every year.
Every
Right?
year.
Either 1, you like him enough in advance, right, that you're a big fan, or 2, if you've never heard of him, you'll be blown away by his artistry. And I don't need a stage. I don't need a guitar. No background singers. Stand him on the 50-yard line and sing Broken Halos a cappella. Everyone will be happy.
Angels come down from the heavens.
Okay? Second option. We have a different halftime performer for each major genre of music. We're landing rockets backwards on Mars right now, but we can't figure out a way to have different artists and different...
So you want Beyonce to do the country part of it?
Of course.
See, I'm here trying to come up with legitimate solutions, and you're talking
David,
about...
she won
Won the
album of the
award,
year.
Dave.
Get over it.
But think about it. Different studios across America, and you pipe in the version that you want. You get to select it. I want the rap version. I want the country music one. I want the rock and roll. If you're really into heavy metal, maybe sorry we couldn't accommodate you this year, but something like that. Or third solution, get rid of it altogether. You got the most elite athletes in the world running into each other for 3 hours. Are you not entertained
That's
enough?
almost a shot. The third one's almost a shot at Creed. And I will not take...
Well, I disagree. I love the way college football does it. Have the bands. I thought the best part of the pregame was when they had the band, I think from Southern out there, doing the pregame show with the trombones and the trumpets and all that stuff. I actually thought that was pretty good. I think there's a couple Kendrick Lamar songs that I like. That halftime show was ass. It was awful. The worst part, though, Cone, to me, is having multiple national anthems for one country.
That does not make sense.
We have one national anthem. I don't care if a white person sings it, a black person sings it, an Asian person sings it. I don't care. We have one national anthem. How can we unify as a country when we keep just doing certain things only for segments of people? Black people can have their national anthem. Like you said, what's the Asian one, right? What's the Middle Eastern one?
Song from Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, like it's a song from Tokyo Drift.
Okay, Kendrick Lamar, I agree, he has great, some great songs. Mad City, Money Trees. It's just, no matter who's, I couldn't understand anything he was saying.
Not a word.
It sounded like Joe Biden on the debate stage.
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
I had no idea what he was saying. I don't even think subtitles could have told you what he was saying during that halftime show.
So is this now the worst halftime show of all time?
It's the worst one I've ever seen. It's the worst one I've ever seen.
It's the worst halftime show of all time, and it's the worst Super Bowl of all time.
Well, if there's the two biggest winners of last night, I mean, obviously outside of the Eagles, unfortunately the city is now gone. The Broncos-Seahawks Super Bowl, huge winner last night. Because it was bad. I didn't think it was that bad. And the second, and without a doubt, hands down, is The Weeknd. The Weeknd was a huge winner. Now he doesn't have the worst one of all time. Can we make this point, though? I think that we love football so much, it is basically unbreakable. The closest thing we got to the NFL being broken was Kaepernick kneeing against the flag and going against America. Now, they course-corrected on that and just decided to start having a different national anthem with it, right? But I think the same marketing strategy is used for the NFL that is for the NBA. The difference is we love football more than basketball here because it's the most popular sport. That's the only saving grace. Roger Goodell should be fired for that halftime show.
You're fired.
Roger Goodell should be fired for all the DEI stuff. I mean, this dude is an absolute clown.
I'll say this, I'd have rather heard Taylor Swift. There you go.
You know what?
I'd rather heard Taylor Swift.
Let's not.
And just let people cry about, I'm tired of her. I'd rather heard her.
David, I think you're right.
Ever.
And we're going to get to that later.
Getting back
Talk about a little bit of bad blood.
I promise that you'll never find another like me.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Mind of Me of all the viral stuff that happened over the Super Bowl. And guys, I cannot wait to talk about it. First thing we're going to talk about, I don't know if you saw, but the GOAT was in attendance at the Super Bowl. Not Tom Brady, not Patrick Mahomes, the first president ever, sitting president to go to the Super Bowl. That's our boy Donald Trump. Absolutely got a standing ovation. Look at him there, just, prestigious, red tie.
Power tie.
Power tie. Somebody else was there, guys. I think we know who this person is. And I know Philly fans hit Santa Claus with snowballs, but I think this was America and not just Philly fans who booed Taylor Swift.
Wow. Booed her.
We're so back.
And she didn't even know what was going on. Is America healing?
I think we're back.
Is this America coming back to actually, as one, we can see the future and it's bright?
Donald Trump getting a standing O.
Yeah.
And Taylor Swift getting booed makes me feel so much better about our position in World War III.
World War III. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Also, was he really the first sitting president to attend the Super Bowl?
That's what's nuts.
And you know what he did earlier that day?
He played golf with Tiger Woods. I heard that.
Pac-Man Jones, Chris Jones from the Chiefs walked over, sought him out. I'm telling you right now, man, I think most NFL guys voted for Trump.
Well, I will say this. I thought personally that most of the commercials in the Super Bowl were pretty bad. Were pretty terrible, but there are a couple that we found, at least I enjoyed. I know y'all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and play the Jeep commercial first.
It starts off with a flag.
That's a
great start.
It's a great setting.
All we ever do is live our lives.
Okay.
But life doesn't come with an owner's manual. But that means we get to write our own stories.
Damn it, let's go.
Yeah, that's a fire head.
Freedom is yes or no. Or maybe freedom is for everybody. But it isn't
back
free.
to back.
What's up,
It's
son?
That's when I knew it was a Jeep
What's up,
commercial
son?
right then.
We won't always agree on which way to go. But our differences can be our strength. So choose, but choose wisely. Choose what makes you happy. My friends, my family, my work make me happy. This Jeep makes me happy, even though my name is
That was a good ending.
I mean,
That's
solid.
That's solid.
That's
Yeah.
the message that needs to be said.
It's like simple, but like effective. Like that's what you need in commercials. American greatness, right? You get a little bit of obviously your product in there. Harrison Ford, who I think he was great in that.
Man, so did Jeep win the commercial game?
I think so. I think it's close. I enjoyed this next commercial too. Did y'all see the one with Matt Damon and David Beckham?
Oh, it was solid.
Mom,
Not a big stat.
we have something to tell you.
You have a twin brother we never told you about.
I'm sorry. So, what's his name?
Other David.
You called him Other David.
If there's two Davids, one has to be Other David.
Where is he?
Left him in America.
Hey, you.
Beckham. Dave Beckham. What did you say your name was?
David.
Try one of these. That is the best buffalo wing in the county.
You eat buffalo?
No, it's just chicken. It was invented in Buffalo, the city.
So it's not buffalo.
You all right, man?
Come on, guys. Sorry, it's a thing I do.
Wham! Yeah.
You drink Stella?
I have taste, David.
There's something I have to tell you.
My brother is a famous soccer player?
Yeah.
So how famous are you? Like Matt Damon famous?
Maybe Ben Affleck famous.
That's a shame.
Like, that's hilarious. I mean, there were a couple years in a row where I can't remember one funny commercial in the Super Bowl. Seriously. And then even if that were just the only one, it would have been worth it.
Yeah, that was
Sometimes
good.
simple is better.
So if we
Simple,
like genre,
easy, funny.
if we genre'd it out, like comedy, like
Yeah.
you won a comedy award, or you won like best overall commercial award.
Yeah, but what is that? It's a major award.
I think so far that one wins the comedy.
And Ben Affleck did one with Belichick,
The
right, with the
donut,
Duncan, and he was talking trash about Matt Damon. This whole little like faux rivalry where they're in opposite
great.
Like a
spots,
circle.
that's genius.
It's great. That's what's Ben Affleck wasn't such a goober.
You're not Batman, dog. Quit trying to be.
Yeah, you're not bad.
It'll
Not
never
my
happen.
Batman.
All right, we went over some commercials we liked. Let's go to the ones we hated. Absolutely hated. I don't know if it's me, just me. I'm gonna get y'all's thoughts. Did y'all see the Tom Brady Snoop Dogg Stop the Hate?
I hate you because we're from different neighborhoods.
I hate you because you look different.
I hate you because I don't understand you.
I hate you because people I know hate you.
I hate you because I think you hate me.
Because I need someone to blame.
Because you talk different.
Because you act different.
Because you're just different. Man, I hate that things are so bad that we have to do a commercial about it.
Me too.
I mean, I hate both of you because that sucked.
Okay, but didn't Snoop Dogg?
Why is Snoop Dogg the ambassador to Stop Hate? Have y'all heard what this guy said? Play this.
Snoop Dogg, yeah.
I just want to say this real quick, now on the political shit. All you people for the federal government that not getting paid right now, ain't no fucking way in the world y'all can vote for Donald Trump when he come back up again. If y'all do vote for him, y'all some stupid motherfuckers.
Stop the hate.
Stop, man. Stop the
Hashtag
hate.
stop the hate.
This is y'all's guy?
Yeah, this is who you
This
choose.
is y'all's guy.
Didn't he like have like in a music video pretend to assassinate Donald Trump?
Did he?
Yeah, like
I know he played. Didn't he do an inauguration party last week?
Oh, we played it as no. Snoop Dogg's so fake. He's such a hypocrite. He makes Stephen A. Smith look like a hardliner. Like, listen, Tom Brady being in there, I understand it. But like Snoop Dogg has built his rep on hate and all them
I
guys.
just don't know how this is the guy you fall on. All right, the next one, guys. I think this might have been the worst one. Did y'all see that commercial of girls playing?
Is this flag football?
Oh, God.
Bring it up.
School, son, school. Jaworski, you're on thin ice,
That's McAfee, though.
Hey, Principal P. Stop kicking your principal. Everybody's on thin ice.
That was McAfee?
Yeah.
What's this? A Dorkosaurus Rex?
Come on, Chad. I don't want any trouble.
Leave him alone. I'll kick your butt, Chad.
Hey, Chad. Check out the new girl.
Ew, what is she wearing?
Girls don't play football.
They do where I'm from.
Get a load of this one. Think fast.
You think fast.
No way she catches that.
Ooh, right in the Jimmy Johnson.
This ain't over.
We're just getting started, Chad.
Get the flag.
Let's go, let's go. Get down, get down. Come on. There you go. Yeah.
Ooh, little girl bad.
Let's settle this once and for all. Your best guy,
Girl.
whatever, versus our best guy, the Brad.
Oh, not the Brad. I'm Brad.
I can read.
My body is burning. It starts to shout. Desire's coming. It breaks our heart.
got folded up, Brad.
Yeah, let's talk about things that'll never
It's
happen.
even worse the second time around.
Okay, okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
What does leave the past behind?
Leave the past behind, you bigot, Jake. Come on.
Well, it's so here at the end, let's make girls flag football a varsity sport in all 50 states. I would be fine with that. This is a huge missed opportunity, once again, from the bozos over at the NFL. If this commercial was just about girls playing flag football, and maybe more people show up to watch the girls flag football game than they do the boys Friday night high school game, I'd have even been fine with that. But that's not what you did. You're trying to make it look like men and women should play sports together. Not only that, play football together? Are you insane? It's absolutely asinine, and it's a huge missed opportunity. Just focus on girls playing flag football, and everybody can get behind it. But so many more people will be turned off because of what they just saw and how stupid this men and women sports thing is. I thought we maybe, after the executive order, had moved on past this, but obviously these people are still stupid. If you believe that, like at the high school level, then you're a stupid person. I'm sorry.
I have a better question. Why are we even promoting girls playing flag football? Like, if you have to run a spot, a national ad during the Super Bowl, clearly the demand isn't there. What legislation is stopping girls from playing flag football in all 50 states? Clearly it's the demand. So why are you trying to artificially create the demand? Like, if the local high school here, if all the girls wanted to play flag football, they'd already have a team.
But if a girl wants to play football, I'm glad she has that option when it comes to flag football. I'm all for it if she wants to go do that. But don't make the commercial where you crap on men. Just have a commercial with girls promoting girls, and I'd be behind it.
You know who did it perfect? The Little Giants movie. They did it perfect. You want to know why? Because those are kids. Younger kids. Becky the Icebox, she tackles Spike one time when they're 10, 11, 12 years old, whatever. Okay, it's funny, it's a comedy. Back then there wasn't this crazy men and women's sports nonsense that we have now. But like the high school level, you're literally trying to get somebody killed, and Sarah Fuller sucked at kicking. She kicked a squib kick.
Can I ask you about one more reaction? What do you guys think about the score bug on Fox?
I thought it was terrible.
I thought it
looked like a kid made it.
I don't understand. How did you land on that?
Yeah, I heard they landed on it because they paid Tom Brady $375 million and only had $25 left for the graphics.
They just Kanye commercialed the score bug, basically.
And for $25, that's not even good.
No.
I know a guy 7 minutes
money
away
back.
that could have done better than that.
I wanted my money back.
Well, I don't know if y'all heard the big news. I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, it's even in space. Aliens are talking about it. Taylor Swift's looking for a new boyfriend, guys.
Is that official?
The run's over?
I mean, that's what everyone's saying. That's what the kids are saying now. And the real question is, and shout out Travis, I hope you're okay. You're never, ever, ever getting back together. Who's going to be Taylor Swift's next boyfriend?
What are the options?
It's time for you to meet today's eligible bachelorettes.
Cooper DeJean.
Okay.
Cooper and Taylor. Looks like a pretty good fit. Another one's Jason Kelsey.
Oh, keep it in the family.
His wife is so much hotter than Taylor Swift.
Keep it in the family. What about the one and only Elon Musk?
He's an option?
He's an option.
I think he wants a robot wife.
Taylor Swift.
I don't think, if I'm making a robot, I've seen weird signs.
That was another funny ad when Tom Brady was the robot with the batteries.
The battery.
That one, the Duracell commercial?
Yeah.
That wasn't bad. What about, well, you brought him up. What about Tom? What about TB?
I could see Tom.
Giselle's gone. She's with her yoga instructor.
That would be the most believable.
I disagree. I think there's a guy out there. I think they've already worked together. I think Taylor Swift's done with white guys.
No way.
After this. Even with what Cooper did. Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick?
After that performance?
If she walked in with Ice Spice.
Look, they already were together on Bad Blood. Go listen to that song. I think Kendrick Lamar and Taylor Swift will be together within the next year.
What about all of them?
What about Caitlin Clark?
She's going Les?
Is she not already?
Would you be shocked?
There are some conspiracies about that.
I mean, you're in the WNBA.
When you're famous, there's a conspiracy about everything.
But don't you look at Taylor Swift, and I could see some Les in there. I could see a little bit.
I'm not.
Look, she's kissed some chicks.
She's kissed some chicks, David.
I mean, how do you think Bad Blood started?
Good stuff.
All right, that is your locker room talk on this Monday. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe button. We'll be back on Wednesday and Friday with some more locker room talk.